Hello, welcome to the Macropad Studio live stream. I'm here with two work in progress works, and one is Procreate digital painting, another is this Blender render thing going on. But yeah, honestly, I mean, as usual, I'm not sure like whether or not I want to live stream all these things, but it's here. And I guess I kind of want to start this stream to kind of relay some feelings that I've been feeling, and yeah, I haven't really talked about this because I feel like I can't articulate my thoughts properly. I feel like everyone articulates their thoughts so well, and I'm just like but yeah, this, and let me just rant a bit because this is my live stream. I'll do some work soon, but yeah, there's been this trend of, yeah, I haven't really talked about this much because, like, honestly, I don't really like talking about it, but like, you know, some feelings have kind of like accumulated over increased social gatherings and all that, especially during Chinese New Year. But although it wasn't just Chinese New Year, but just like little bits chipping in the whole time. But like, there's this trend happening recently where the intrusion of AI is kind of like forced upon me, and the weird thing is like it's kind of like forced upon me in ways that I don't anticipate. And yeah, I do feel like this accumulated stress of being isolated by my personal feelings of not liking it. And logically, I'm not on any camps about it because I don't have my own opinions. Oh, I'm joking. I hate everything. But there's only so much that my mind can handle. And being a bystander, observing how the trends are affecting the people around me, honestly, is the only thing that I can do right now with the limited energy that I have. And also like trying to like work really hard to get better at my craft. Like, it's really difficult. And also, if you've been in my live stream for the past, I don't know how long, thank you so much, but trying to exercise every day is also kind of like putting a weird like mental load on me, because there's this thing of like, yeah, sure, like exercise does make you feel like more energized and healthy and all that stuff, but if you're progressively overloading exercise to get better, especially if you used to be sedentary, I used to be very sedentary, then it's just a lot of work. And it's tiring. I mean, that's why so many people can't get into exercise, because it is a very difficult thing to do if, I guess, like, you didn't luck out, and yeah, if you weren't active as a kid, then it is a lot of work to put in to catch up to those years of not exercising. But the reason why I want to say this, and also why I decided to stream as usual, is like recently I made a realization when like there's this kind of like I'm not really sure like why it's suddenly happening, but maybe because of the advancement of a certain software. I mean, something. But like, I was watching music YouTubers talking about putting their well thought out articulations, their viewpoints about how they feel about the situation around them. And when I watch all those videos, I feel a sense of relief that I just didn't know that. Yeah, I just didn't know that I would feel that way. And like, surprisingly, I feel so happy. Like I was quite honestly, I was quite shocked with like the feelings that I have just watching people talk about their situations, or like even ranting really well about the shitty things that's happening around them. But yeah, but in the most part, I feel so relieved that there are people out there like me who's making art because they love the process of creation. And I try to keep that at the back of my mind, like these days when I feel down, when I feel like I don't want to, when I feel like I just can't keep going because my mind is weak. And yeah, I just want to let anyone who stumbled upon my hello Manjusha, although shoulders in great pain. Yeah, shoulders is so difficult. Like there's so many muscles in it. But actually, like if you feel great pain doing, I'm not really sure which exercises, like is it the rotator or what, then like even doing isometric or like doing the movement with no weights at all, like it can be good. Actually, like actually my boyfriend used to have like really bad shoulders. Like he couldn't do pull-ups and stuff because it will hurt his shoulders. And something that we realized from climbing, and this was just like a surprise, like it was just like a nice surprise, that when we did like dead hangs, so like when you go to the pull-up bar and you just like do a dead hangs for like I don't know, like 30 seconds, 1 minute, and just doing like very easy climbing where like you're using your shoulders in many different variety of angles and movements, or like even like whether or not you're pushing or pulling with your shoulders, like it helped him become able to do pull-ups without having like shoulder pains. And I feel like it's kind of the thing of the shoulder anatomy is so getting strong, yes, but shoulder anatomy is so complicated, and like when you look at 2 minutes I think you can do it longer than me. Damn, that's good. But yeah, shoulder is so complicated, and when you look at people who can use their shoulders to like the maximum capacity, like gymnasts for example, it's like when you look at the range of motion that the shoulders can go through, it makes a lot of sense to me, like how easy it is to injure a shoulder, because like you can do, I don't know, like you can like do a 360 turn on the shoulder, and it's like in day-to-day life I've only used my shoulder to like like 180 degrees like upwards to like reach out to grab stuff, but like 90 degrees the other way, and like my shoulders are hurting because I rarely use it. So yeah, shoulder is one of the things that I do want to get better and train at. But yeah, before I go too far, I just want to say that if you happen to stumble upon my live stream, I hope that it gives you some solace or some comfort that there's one other person out here trying to do her best to make art and to do something that I love. And because the process of making art by hand is a process that I don't want to be replaced, and if you're frustrated like I am, then very few or like no one around you understands that the creation process is what makes art meaningful to you and to me. That's like the whole exact reason why I'm working my ass off to try and get better, even though it means like I'm just like struggling so much my whole life. I'm here with you, so let's do some work together. I feel a lot lighter just like renting that out. I feel like there's too many like one-sided. You know, so one of the things that I wonder about is like people like to say the thing of why don't you use AI to speed up your work and all that stuff. And then when I ask the same question to them, because like I am interested to know like how these people who ask these questions, like how they feel about it. Like honestly, like I guess it's surprising, but not surprising at all that like they personally don't use it that much for things that they grew up learning. Because I mean, I guess it's because like they've spent like 20, 30, 40 years of their life doing that exact thing, and it's just easy for them to do it by themselves. So I just wish that they do realize though that when they ask people like why don't you just use that to speed everything up, that they would kind of like self-reflect and think to themselves why they're not doing the same. Just going on my rant here, but I wish I can stay away from my phone too. Oh, you know the funny thing is that it's like something that I realized after like holidays and stuff is that even if you're actively avoiding things, like like something that I realized that when art became so-called mainstream and accessible to everyone, that people who were never interested in art and they were always about like business, like they would suddenly get like so interested in like making like videos of like AI portraits and stuff. And then that's when I realized that like, oh, even if you try to avoid all these things, like all these new tech, that like there'll be someone else who is like giving access to all their photos to these new apps and softwares. And like if you're inside that photo album, or even like if your artwork is inside it, it's like you can't avoid it, which I find like, I guess sarcastically, like if like it is quite funny in the cruel sense. But I seen someone do like 360 shoulder turn, the one where like you're hanging and then you bring your foot like upwards to your head and then you go around and then bring the foot down. I'm not sure whether because there's like the maximum that the shoulder can do. I don't think a shoulder can do like 360, I think. But so let's see if this person is hanging like this, then you go around like that. I hope that is visible. And then go around like this is the hand, and then the end point was kind of like here, I think. I don't remember, but I was looking at it like, oh my god, so cool. But yeah, I wish I could do this, but I feel like it's a really hard goal to reach, because like right now, even like let's say if I sit down right now, this is what I'm training because it's one of my weaknesses. It's the internal rotator, which if let's say you sit on the bench and then you are doing like this, and then one arm, elbow on the knee, and then you're holding a dumbbell, and then from the side view you are rotating your hand elbow down this direction. So it's like I'm not sure I think it's called internal rotator. and like this is the shoulder, this is the arm, this is the tricep, bicep. Like I feel quite a lot of tightness on this part of my shoulder. I think like near the side. I don't know whether it's from the rotator calf muscle stretching around the delts like this. I think it's probably my rotator that is tight too, I think. Yeah, but anyway, this is one of the exercises that I think I need to kind of like ramp up and train up more. And watching nieces and nephews like see what they consume has always been an interesting experience, I guess. And it's like I guess it's not just that, but like sometimes I would see the kids shows that they're watching, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so ugly. Yeah. And I back in school, I did like a 3 months, is it 3 months internship program in a local kids show company, and like I feel like I can't unsee it anymore, but it feels like I guess I feel like in the most part, like working on kids shows is just like insane deadlines and kind of like also insane director's notes or something. Which I feel like so many times I'm like, why the hell do they have this kind of like I don't know, like sucky ideas that's like keeping people in the office like until 3-4 a.m. at night. It's so sad. And I feel like a lot of them, like a lot of people working in it, like they do enjoy working on the shows or like doing the work, but it's just like if you keep working people until like past midnight, like yeah, you just can't enjoy you just can't enjoy your work environment. But anyway, I can't unsee that. So whenever I see like kids shows, I'm like, oh man, I hope it's not made by a company who's like working their artists to the bone. Why am I so negative today? I mean, not that I'm not negative on other days, but I feel like I can't reach like the bottle that I'm holding in is kind of like reaching full capacity. But so I've been working on this one for a while, and let me just tell you like what I'm working on today. I don't have any confidence that I'll be able to do that much today, but I guess like whenever I lose my path and then I think back on why I started live streaming in the first place, my live stream has always been about just putting in the hours and doing work, and if I struggle, then it's just all part of the learning process. Like I learned so much about painting or about doing work. Well, in recent times, like I learned so much about painting just from like struggling so much, and I feel like the hours spent on it like it's not wasted, because like unexpectedly I learned so much. Like I just became a better artist through this, but unexpectedly too, like it transferred over to my my 3D works. Yes, let's hope that everyone gets paid what they deserve. But so yeah, like my old renders for this one, I feel like it's not too bad, and it's like old renders I did last year, like old test renders, but I just feel like I leveled up with my renders because just like small things here and there that I learned from like struggling with painting. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I think it kind of makes sense that yeah, if you just work on things that you care about, like you just learn, pick up things organically as you go. So I'm going to try to finish this a little bit more. Today I'll just be working on, I mean not just, today I'll be working on adding like more lines. Where's this? Like this. I'm using the lichen brush, which is under the new Procreate brush. I keep forgetting where it is. Because I don't really use a lot of the... Wait, where are you? I don't really use a lot of the new brushes. But when in like the 2 hours I spent just like trying everything out, I really like the lichen brush. But I think the difference between this and this one is what did I do differently? The tilt size, I changed it to none because like I didn't like how tilting made the lines like so much thicker, and then like the doing this lines like looks really thin. But I asked the question. Why work alone? Yeah. I'm not sure whether for me it's like just my innate personality, but like I feel like when I do get into the zone of doing work, that like I do tend to, I'm not really sure, like for me I feel like it's just a matter of my own character of being a quiet person, and I feel like not a lot of people like that kind of personality. And I can only talk about art. I can't talk about anything else. Like I cannot shut up when I talk about art, but I struggle to talk about anything else. But like over time I feel like in my whole life experience, in the short life experiences that I have, is I'm the most productive when I'm just sitting down by myself and doing stuff. Although I don't really know whether or not that's just like because of how my life experience played out. But yeah. And also like I like 3 years ago when I started live streaming, like I was at was that my lowest point, or was it, did it get a bit lower after that and then it got higher up again? Like I used to be like so fucking depressed, and like I know that it does affect the people around, but you know, there's like there are people who are depressed but they are like in some sense like sociable to your friends, and I feel like that kind of dynamic works. But if you're depressed and you're just quiet, then it doesn't work out that way. But I also felt that I had to work on it. Like this was something that I had to do by myself, with my boyfriend. Thanks to my boyfriend's support, I'm doing so much better now. But yeah, I just feel like I was just being a horrible person in some sense to other people because of my mental state. And yeah. And it's like, ooh, that looks nice. Although I'm not sure whether that's a bit too straight. Am I on the right layer? And the thing is that it's very easy to forget about those times when right now I feel like I don't really struggle as much about those things anymore. And then I'll look back and be like what happened in the past few years of my life? Like why did it feel like I struggled so much when it feels like nothing is a big deal? Shit, I don't even know where I'm going with this. But long story short, like yeah, I'm just doing whatever I can to be able to achieve what I want, and also to become like something that I really like is that in the past few years I've become better to other people, like way better, because I love myself a lot more than like I used to hate myself. And I feel like if you hate yourself, like it's just very difficult to show love to other people. So, and I guess like one of the things is that I notice with other people, and I'm not looking at the comments right now because I'm trying to draw this stupid line that's not coming. But something that I realized with like other people is that like in general most people, I'm not really sure whether that's working out. I'm just testing this right now because I don't really know whether or not it's working out. So what was I even talking about? I don't remember. Oh, that looks nice. Oh, so like I guess what I wanted to mention is that I think a lot of people have their conceptions about someone based on their initial impressions on them. And I guess like there's this whole thing about like saying that people can't change, and people saying that like they can't learn anything new. But I feel like I want to change things about myself, like even with like exercising every day. Like that's a big change for me in my life. And I feel like a lot of people around me just prefer to like stick with things not changing. Oh, that looks so pretty, I think. Wait, not really. This part is not. So I guess I just end up feeling like just doing things on my own at my own pace has just made me so much more like productive that it just became a thing. But in the most part it's because my own personality, like I am an introvert, quiet person, so like there just doesn't gel well with any social setting. And most people around me don't do art or anything, so like if most of my life is being consumed right now to get better in the hopes that I can do this forever, which means that I'll need to find a way to earn something doing these things, or else I wouldn't be able to do these things anymore. Like the gap between us just widens, I guess. But I'm really lucky that I have friends who understand like what I'm doing, and just like willing to, and family too, who are like willing to, I don't know, wait for me. But you fear your big sis. Why do you fear your big sis? You sound like you have a nice family dynamic. Like, I hope that, I mean, I hope that your family dynamic is good. Let me see. This one goes like this. I think that looks nice. Yeah, I made the, you know what, let me just show you. Let me bring this. Look at this cuteness. Oh my god, so cute. These are Turbo Granny in a curve repeater, I think. Where's the curve? Okay. Wait a minute, why are you doing this? What is going on? Hey? What happened? No, what happened? Wait, why is it not working? Oh, why are you disappearing? Wait, I need to oh no, I'm getting distracted. Is it close? Why is this happening? Wait, let me try and add a new curve. This is so weird. I don't really know what's going on, but that's not important right now. Anyway, look at how cute this is. I don't know what the hell just happened, so that's fine. Yeah, so perfect. It's perfect from, like, you can see the back angles like this. Because I only painted for like this one angle. Essentially just if you paint like a dark color like this, and then something that I kind of learned too, and it's not that these are all new information for me, but I just didn't know how to apply it. But one important lesson that I'm trying to think about all the time when I'm painting is that you can't have light without shadows. So if you notice that if you have white, where is the white? If you have white, like let's say this is white, and then you try to paint white again, like there's only so far they can go. You can't paint white on a white surface, so you have to add some shadows to make the lighter part. So like this. Where is it? I don't know what I'm doing. So something like this, and then I'm going to eyedrop this one. I can kind of see that these light colors is popping out even more because of the dark background, and then this one is like kind of like light on light. So that's one of the tricks for this, to make this thing. But yeah, I'm so proud of this one. Let me just go back. Man, I don't know why the curve repeater is acting up like that. I don't think it's supposed to act up like that, but let me just give you a brief background for this. So I'm trying to do like finished paintings within my skill. Yes, the reflection is really nice. And it's like painted reflection, so it's not really, the ball is metallic, so there is like some like metallic lighting effect on it, but in the most part the reflections are just like kind of like baked into the material. But yeah, so for this one I'm just trying to finish paintings within my current abilities that I'm at. And so I feel like I've leveled up since the last painting that I did, that I've shown on the live stream. And it's at the level right now where if I, let me see, if I do these things, post effect stuff, that like a lot of them is kind of like just done already. So I'm just trying to like polish the final bit, which I feel like I didn't know what I wanted to do for, in terms of like pushing it to the next level, to the next step within the time limit that I have, and also like my current skill level, because I just can't been spending so many years on doing brush pen artworks. And then I was just like, you know what, maybe I should just put my brush pen skills onto this to polish it up. So I added it to a few places like this, and then I was like, yeah, this is the way to go, because it kind of like polishes quite a bit of the areas which I thought like needs, I don't know, like 20 hours more work or something. So yeah, but I hope that I didn't miss any. Your family dynamic sounds like done and done. Man, I miss watching Done and Done. I feel like Done and Done is like my, oh shit, this is the wrong. I'm just thinking like I need to separate these, I think. Okay, let me separate these. Yeah, I feel like Done and Done is like my second family. Why are you there? Okay. Why? Wait, what? Wrong layer. Okay, let me keep these lines separate from the hair. Okay, I wasn't sure which one to keep separate, but I think now that more lines are placed on the canvas, it's a lot more straightforward. not sure whether the face, maybe the face should be, separate too. No. Okay, before I forget, I should. The thing is that I'm not really sure whether or not the blender would kind of interfere with the stream. But so this is what I'm doing for this painting. I just explain what I'm doing with my painting. On the blender side, let me wait. No. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I was on the wrong layer. Okay, let's. I just wish that this will stay open. It's so annoying. Let me just make sure that. What is this? Oh no. No. Ah shit. Okay. No. Every time I undo, then like the window disappears. Okay, let me just do this again. Let me do this without any distractions. And let's see. This one is correct. This one is correct, I think. And this one, is this hair? How did, oh my god, you know what, let me just, oh, this is so annoying. Okay, let me just cut and paste this one. Gosh. So annoying. Let me see. Let me merge these two. I'm reaching my layer limit. That's why I need to be careful about this. Okay, then I'm going to. I feel like I make more mistakes when I'm live streaming my stuff. Okay. So this one should be good now. This one also. And then I should rename this to. I feel like one of the things is that like the new ways that the UI is like forcing like the keyboard to stay hidden because my macropad is connected. It's really annoying. Line hair. Okay. But I realized that as long as you kind of like scratch with the pencil, then the keyboard thing will appear. It's like little things like this builds up. What's this one? Wait, this is not hair. No, I just call it line art. Okay. Princess Bubblegum. The like most direct reference to this one is like I got probably subconsciously was it? Yeah, I think subconsciously I was a bit influenced by Tamon's B-side. It's an anime or manga. And like one of my I know someone who really likes boy bands, and then and then my boyfriend was also like, oh, now I understand how they feel. Let me see. This one is this. Okay. So when it comes to for Dan is Dan is perfect. I really like it that they didn't do something shitty for the anime to like make it, I don't know, look more realistic film or something. I'm really happy that they stayed true to the manga artist style and story. I feel like I don't know whether I'm imagining it, but I feel like when anime is adapted and then people are like, oh, we don't want the same boring stuff. Like, we already know the story and all that. Like, I don't know whether people realize that the manga got popular in the first place because people like the story. And there's like thousands or like millions of other mangas that didn't make it through because the story is not that great. And then when it comes to anime adaptations, so like whenever people try to change something about it because the manga is like, I don't know, like it has happened already, it's boring, I'm like, people don't understand the dynamics of like how manga gets popular in the first place. So yeah, I'm really happy that Dan was like made true to the original work. And I think I am on, like in terms of manga, I'm quite far ahead, I think. At least like I read up to what was the latest chapter back then last year. So I'm probably beyond. Actually, no, not really. I'm not really that far off, I think. But the latest manga volumes, like I haven't read them. There's some new characters on the covers which I don't recognize them. Oh yeah, so when it comes to the Blender side, I'm trying to do some renders of oops. I'm trying to find camera angles for this, but I think that's like way ahead of what I would do for this live stream. I'm not going to do much because I feel like I'm not really sure like how much it affects the whole stream, but Mushoku 10. That sounds familiar. Did I watch that already? It sounds familiar. Man, that's so sad. What was it? So this one is a final. This is a final. My first camera angle that I finalized. I really like how the background flowers appear there. Nothing much else to say. And I'm reusing old materials and old lighting as usual for all my Blender works. But this time around, from the previous work that I did, which was the Mermaid Glimmer artworks, I noticed that I was kind of like struggling with the skin a little bit because the skin was using the same materials and like it was too like high. It was too like high contrast, and yeah, it just didn't really look like skin, and I had to paint over it quite a lot. So this time around, I'm spending a little bit more time to just make the skin look a little bit more like skin. Like, I know that it looks a bit chalky, but I hope that I can just like paint in some blood flow or something, because I don't really want to spend that much time on it. This is so fucking pretty. Like, look at this. This is so pretty. Yeah, so I really like this one. The leaves and stuff, I'm a bit I'm not really sure whether or not I like it as much, because I feel like the colors can be better. And then another thing is that the saturation of the skin and the color of the shirt is something that there are things that I want to like adjust a little bit. So that's what I think I will do. But yeah, I don't really know whether or not I'll be doing any much Blender stuff, but I guess now that I remember that this exists, I should work on it a little bit. Like, the whole of the past 2 days, like this was like what I was doing. Like, I was drawing on this while I wait for the renders. So yeah, I think this one I'll probably want to see whether or not I want it. So this one I'm done really. This one, this one, organize. Oh yeah, so I also need to, let me see. Now is background plants, background petals, base. I think I probably want to separate this. So I have a hotkey that's a M for moving things to new collections or existing ones. So shit. And then I put it on the torso. I guess that thing's not torso anymore, it's probably hair and stuff. I should separate the hair. Actually, something that I just realized is that I guess eyelashes and hair can be together. Let me remove the extras. Where are you? I feel like I'm a little bit less rusty right now after 2 days of being rusty on Blender. Or was it 1 day? Let me see. This one. Let's move it to. And then make sure that this one. Oh, yeah, this one is. So now the torso is just the leaves. I guess the leaves can be together. This one probably can go with this skirt. Yeah, it looks very cinematic. And you look cinematic. Let me see. I'm kind of grouping things based on the materials that I'll assign to them, kind of. So probably I'll move this with the skirt. And then these are all the dark green leaves, which I feel like they should be a new material, and then I need to adjust them properly. So when I look at the shirt, like I think I'll probably go a little bit more blue, maybe. And then let's just see how the render is like. Let's save this. Okay. Let me have a rest break. Can I use this? I feel like this is the most used toilet break. Is it this one? No. Okay. Wait, isn't it? Oh, it's... Let's just hide this one. And I feel like a boomer every time I use softwares. Okay, then I move this up here. Yes, okay. Be right back. should remember to charge my Apple Pencil when I'm not using it. Hey, your niece is so cute. This is so this was what I've been doing the past few days, where I'm just like drawing as I wait for the renders, and I'm just correcting the materials. So I finalized the amount of color like this. You see this shadowing effect? I can just show you the like how it looks like with the previous material, which has a lot of metallic. So this was before, and oh my god, it scared me. I thought I couldn't undo it. So this is the one now. Now I'm trying to figure out the color of the shirt. I feel like maybe it's a bit. Wait, let me bring it to my other screen. Not sure whether or not this is. Okay, let me just try. Let me try 0. See what the in-between color is, and I'm going to keep drawing. Oh my god, so difficult. Oh, life is pain. I feel like things would be much faster if I can just use my physical brush pen to draw over this. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not overdoing it. And I want to get variations of like thicker strands and thinner strands like this. And also to shape out the hair of the different layers, because I'm not skilled enough to paint realistic hair. And I don't want to spend any more time on this if I can help it. So this is a good in-between. And it also helps me to draw in some strands that goes over like this. I think that's too thick. Something like that. I'm not sure whether this is too long. No, I think, yeah, okay, that's fine. The birds are back. If you're wondering about the sounds, if you can hear like this, this like weird sounds outside, it's the straw-headed bulbul. It's a couple, two birds, two straw-headed bulbul, and they're so cute. They make so many different sounds. Like, that's just one of the many sounds that they can make. I'm trying to draw in more strands at the front side, like the ones near the face. I think. I'm not sure whether that's a good idea or not. Let me see the renders. And I think I found a winner. Let's use this 0.55. Let me for the skin. I think for the skin, one of the problems is that I feel like these areas are too deset, but because this whole area is affected too, I can just try. Let me try 0.7. So I got distracted by the bird in front of me. Oh yeah, let me test render the new color. I'm letting. Oh, you're back. I'm back too. I'm just letting the like the whole renders out, but I'm just letting the whole image render out because I'm drawing anyway, so I don't really need to crop or anything. But if you want to be more efficient with your renders, then you should crop region crop. I hope that you have a good ice cream break. Man, this one's too. I'll say that something I'm struggling with is that the lines created by this brush is not really consistent. Like I feel like I know what my physical brush pen will give me compared to this one. Yeah, I'm not really sure whether or not I want to. And I'm kind of just giving this a little bit more care because it's near the face. And also because I'm live streaming this, so I'll mess it up a lot. You have a question to make it working. I'm not really sure. I guess that's something that I've been wondering about. And I've seen the workflow to get the V-tubing working, but I guess I just have to think about it. I was kind of like joking my boyfriend that I should just take pictures of myself doing like take pictures of myself doing this. Because I know like with the VTuber thing is that when you talk then it switches to the open mouth thing. Oh, and then there's like the one where like you look away and then the next one you look at the camera. And then I was thinking like do people take pictures of themselves doing this and then just use that as the so-called, I guess it's still considered a VTube thing, right? I guess it'd be funny if someone does that. Maybe is that it? Yeah. I think when I was still doing the brush pen stuff, I mean, it's not that I'm not going to do in the future, but for now I'm too busy with digital painting and 3D sculpting. But they were like, you should become a tattoo artist. But I guess I just never. I just don't want to. Yeah, somehow I just end up doing these things instead of other stuff. But yeah, maybe that is like a nice. Oh my god, this line. Walk with me. Maybe I need to duplicate this. Can I? Forget it. I think it's not enough. Actually, why is this one bigger? Okay, let's try this. Okay, that's better. Procreate UI is not really that good. I feel like, at least to me, it doesn't gel well with me. So when I find that I'm struggling very hard to make the brush size a certain size, because there's like this weird gradient curve over here where like from this point to this point, it kind of like it increases in size in what I feel like is understandable, and then as it goes down, it becomes exponentially. Yeah, it just goes down like in size exponentially for some reason. So when that happens, I will adjust the maximum size. I'll adjust the maximum size here so that this gradient curve is not that annoying. So that's just what I was doing just now. Struggle with face expression. I get you. I also struggle with face expressions. But I think like I guess it. Oh my god, what's this? It kind of boils down to not practicing enough for face expressions for me. Because I see that other artists who are good at face expressions, like they like to draw character sheets of like the characters becoming angry or like super happy, eating ice cream, that kind of expression charts. And I was thinking like, yeah, I guess that is very good practice. And it's no wonder that they're so good at expressions. But I have no time for that shit right now. I have to pick my own battles, I guess. Hopefully I'll get better at painting and then I can work on studying expressions. Oh yeah, I need to check my render. I don't know what flipper clip and Ibis is. Let's see. Actually, this is not bad. No, this is not bad. Maybe a little bit too much. Maybe I try a 0.6. is so difficult. Liquify to the rescue. I would say that I really like this brush. Now that the tilt doesn't adjust the size. It's like the lines are coming out more like closer to what I expected to be. I guess I don't really like that much variations in the brush, like digital brushes, because it still feels kind of weird that I feel like I'm still on the lookout for a brush that feels like the Pentel brush pen. Maybe it already exists, but then maybe I don't know where to look for it. Okay, let's erase this one. But I think this is the closest to what I like about brush pens. This brush. I just feel like it's not exactly it yet. Using mouse on laptop. Yeah, I have so right now my table there's a under drawer thing that I bought online. So you clamp this sliding wooden what's it thing called? It's just like an under desk drawer where like you have two clamps and then two clamps. So the clamp is something like this, and then you turn this to cap it to the wooden table like that. I mean, I'm using a wooden table right now, and then there's this like sliding piece, and you can buy like any size you want, like different lengths. Mine is like around double of this length, so this times 2. But anyway, right now my keyboard and my mouse is here for my PC, and it really helps because, yeah. Oh, you go now. Hey, thanks for dropping by. So yeah, I'm using this setup right now, and it's really working out for me because now I have space for my tablet on the table. Thank you for tuning in. So let's keep going with this. Almost done with this side. I think this side is done. So let me look at this. Maybe if I do 0.0. think that's about it for today. I did a line on it in black so that it's easier to see, and then probably I'll see like what colors I want to do for the line art like this. So adding some color variations is good, because I think like pure black doesn't really gel as well once there are like more lines to this. So like let's just, oh nice. I think especially for things like this or closer to the face, then I really want it to be less black, I think. Yeah, I'm happy with how this one turned out, I guess. Let me finish this before I go. Although I guess when it comes to when it comes to dark colors, I'm not really sure why it's acting differently from the bright ones. So I have to see. I'll have to see what to do about that. Yeah, it's quite hard to do like two different things at the same time, like painting and doing Blender stuff. So couldn't really do that much with Blender, but I'm happy with like finalizing the colors of these things. It's not too bad. Maybe this one is the one that I have more problems with. Actually, maybe this is the one that, because I'm thinking I do want to have some dark values on around her so that it's not overly pastel, but then probably like this one with the rest is not really gelling as much, and I feel like the colors are too strong. At least with the leaves, like it makes sense, like it gels with this one. The hair, I feel like, did I not paint it right? That's why it looks like that. Oh my god, they are not painted right. Maybe I should look at the model again. Hello Rob 3D Design, thanks for tuning in. I'll be going now, so I hope that you had a productive session with me. I'm glad that I could progress things a little bit. God. Dark colors are so difficult. But I'll think about this as I go bouldering today. So I'll see you guys in the next one.